Morales. They might just call me childish if I got to catch them all or volunteer to take the challenge. Brick and mortar, I got the plug and the orders. I got the connect account, mechanic can get me the sort of joy I get from toys, action, BB, B8, action. So yeah, brick and mortar, I got the plug and the orders. I got the connect account, mechanic can get me the sort of joy I get from toys, action. Nerd gang, bang, 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 bang. Action figures. Welcome to the Terradrome. I used to call Castle Grace, go home.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Toys, Noise, and Action Figures. I'm your host, Ray Cheney. Alongside my good buddy here, Simon Mack. Simon wanted to join me for this episode, apparently. Not getting enough attention. Okay, all right. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Hey, so anyway, welcome back. I'm glad to be back with you guys. I know it's been a minute. I think the last video that I did was, it might have been the G.I. Joe Classified Series video. Where I got a chance to show you guys all the ones that I've been able to attain so far with the good help of my good buddy and homeboy DJ Ruckus. The Ruck Monster helped me out with those Joes, a lot of them. So anyway, I was happy to bring that to you guys and share that with you guys on the last video. This video, I actually wanted to come to you guys, and I know some of you guys might be like, well, you're like a month and a half late. Yeah, absolutely. I'm a month and a half late. As you can see from the title, I wanted to talk about Marvel's very own Galactus. Yes, the Haslab Marvel Legends Galactus figure. I wanted to talk about that and my thoughts on it and why I decided to go ahead and back it. It will be my fourth. I believe it's, I did the Unicron, which you guys saw that video. I'll leave the link for that in the description below. I also did the Razor Crest. I also did the Sentinel. Yeah, and Galactus is my fourth Haslab project. I went ahead and went in on it. The first time I saw it, you want to get that? Okay, go ahead, buddy. The first time I actually saw it, when they revealed it back on, I believe that was July 16th. I know Ruckus had been hitting me up while I was at work, and he's just like, yo, you gotta check this out. They were doing the live and they revealed it. We saw the hint. Everybody knew that. I know people were speculating that it may be the Fantastic Car. More people were more leaning towards Galactus, especially with the previous Haslab Marvel Legends project being that it was a Sentinel. And during the time period when we had the Marvel Universe Sentinel come out, and then the Marvel Universe Galactus come out. Big shout out to David Vonner, industry legend, toy designer. The Marvel Universe line was basically his baby. It's what he brought to the table. And when the Sentinel came out from Marvel Universe, which at the time was groundbreaking and crazy, and it was dope that it was to scale with those 3.75 inch figures from Marvel Universe, then it quickly followed with the Marvel Universe Galactus figure. So everybody was kind of looking at in this situation with Haslab doing the Sentinel figure last year, which is about to be delivered soon, and then they figured Marvel Legends is going to follow up, and they teased Fantastic Four, so why not a Galactus? But the thing that really impressed me was they didn't just go with the fact that they could take the body mold of the Sentinel and then just cross it right over into Galactus. They did an entirely new body mold, and I was really impressed when I saw the initial images of it. I was really impressed with that Reed Richards that they had from the previous Marvel Legends line, the Fantastic Four line that included Fantastic Four, She-Hulk, and all that. But they had that Reed Richards standing on the foot of the Galactus, and he barely reached the top of his boot. So that right there, we already knew it was going to be epic in size. The fact that it's 32 inches tall, the sculpt, the paint, the extras, I could go on and on about it, but I'm really excited about it. Probably more so than I was even the Sentinel. And I was impressed with the Sentinel, but I was looking at the Sentinel like, okay, well, I've got quite a few Marvel Legends X-Men figures. If I ever want to do a display, those Sentinels would really come in handy. I ended up backing 2 of them, so just got the notice from Hasbro Pulse that they're going to be shipping real soon this month, September. So looking forward to that. But I'm way more excited about the Galactus, not just because of the 32 inch, the scale, just the sculpt of it. The previous Galactus that I have, speaking of Marvel Universe, this SDCC 2010 exclusive, which I really loved. I love all the Marvel Universe line and everything like that, especially growing up with 3.75 inch figures from G.I. Joe and Star Wars and things like that. I love the fact that they transitioned into that. But the previous Hasbro Galactus, which is about 19 inches tall, I believe that's 19 inches tall, was something that I was always impressed with anyway. I was impressed with the previous Sentinel from Marvel Universe 2. But the way they stepped it up for this Galactus, as soon as I seen the sculpt, as soon as I saw the reveal on it, I got the pictures of it and everything like that, I'm just a true believer, as Stanley would say. I'm just a true believer because I also had, as you guys clearly know, I backed the Unicron, and getting that in hand and feeling exactly how quality it was. I mean, minus a few things that you can nitpick about, which you're always going to find something to nitpick about. But in particular with the Unicron, it was the different color maw, then the fact that the bottom row of teeth on Unicron wasn't painted. Okay, you can complain about that. But as far as overall, it was definitely worth every penny. As you can see in the secondary market, it's one of the highest, I guess, profitable Haslab products that's come out so far. In my speculation, is because the number that was produced, I think, is closer to maybe 11 to 12,000. If you go off of what the backers were on the Haslab or Hasbro Pulse website, they didn't produce as many apparently. And then also the complex transformation, everything like that, all the movable parts or whatnot. It makes it that it's way more complex. But on top of that, again, they produce a lot less than they would, let's say, the Sentinel, which is an army builder. And the army builder Sentinel ended up surpassing like 22,000 or something like that. You could correct me in the comments down below. Just the fact that the Unicron, again, they manufactured so little of them. So when you look on the aftermarket right now, it's going for anywhere, if you're lucky, maybe $1,200 all the way to about $2,000. So it's interesting how the stock market of toy collecting works. But as far as the Galactus is concerned, I mean, like gangbusters. I have it on the screen back here. 32,346. 32,346. Let me say that number again. 32,346. Yes, that's in my mind. I'm like
1.21 gigawatts. 1.21 gigawatts.
It's crazy. It's crazy that they did that many at the $400 price point. But that says a lot about how many people were really impressed with it. I saw a lot of videos right here on this platform where there were a lot of naysayers, and there's always going to be that with every Haslab project. There's always going to be a lot of naysayers. If you go all the way back to Matty Collector, when they did the Castle Grayskull, there was a lot of naysayers at that point, and I think that was going for like $299 at the time or $250. I can't remember because that was like early 2013. But luckily I was able to get one if you saw my Snake Mountain video. But I don't remember $250, $299 or whatnot, but I remember everybody was going ballistic over it. Now look what it's going for on the secondary market. So you're getting a lot of FOMO, fear of missing out crowd at the end of these campaigns, because everybody's looking at, okay, well, is it going to get back? So you have the initial rush of the true believers that go, yeah, I'm definitely backing it. Galactus is my guy. I got to back it. I was not early in backing it because I even let some of my good buddies know that I'm in different chat rooms with other collectors, the Black Avengers on IG. You guys know. I let you guys know, like, yeah, I want to back it, but I gotta wait. I gotta wait till I actually move a few items, move a few collectibles that I'm not really caring about holding on to anymore. And that's usually what I do right before I back one of the projects. Fortunately, in this situation, I was able to pick up a DJ gig like right before I backed it, and I backed it within like the last week. It wasn't the last day. It was early. It was like a week before, a week prior. So I ended up backing it, and I couldn't wait. I knew I was going to back it though. Again, as soon as I saw it. So anyway, I was really impressed with it, as I'm going to say 1,000 times. Really impressed with it. The LED lights in the chest, in the back, in the head, in the little ear area. Again, the different faceplates that it comes with. So all together, it comes with technically 3 faceplates, or 2 additional. You got the stoic faceplate, then you have the angry, you've made Galactus really upset faceplate, and then you have the zombie or skull or hungered Galactus faceplate, depending on which storyline that you go with. That wasn't even one of the tiers. That wasn't one of the stretch goals, but it came with those extra faceplates. Then on top of that, let's get into the fact that the stretch goals weren't announced initially. There were more teased, and they didn't say how many stretch goals would be coming out. But once we got the first one revealed, which was Frankie Ray Nova, which I was really impressed with the figure, the way it looked. We hadn't got a Frankie Ray yet, so okay, cool. Plus, that's cool, but everybody was like, but what if we don't even make it to 14,000 to back it? Because Frankie Ray was at 16. Okay, so FOMO kicks in within like the last week or so, and then you end up passing the 14,000. You race past that, you get to 16,000. Frankie Ray is secured, and then after Frankie Ray, we cross the 16,000. We get the Silver Surfer that everybody knew was coming. You know, we saw that. The silhouette in the poster and the promo shot they did, the teaser, we knew that Silver Surfer was coming. So we get the Silver Surfer at 17,000. Initially, I thought they were going to go with 18,000 on Silver Surfer. And I believe that kicked in at 17,000. Then everybody's wondering, because again, they didn't say how many stretch goals they were going to have. Then you find out Morgue is coming. And Morgue is going to be at 20,000. And there's still people speculating, going, well, are we going to make it to Morgue? And in my conversations back and forth with Ruck, we were just like, okay, well, cool. It's already racing up there. You got the FOMO crowd kicking in. So by the time we wake up the next morning, Morgue is secured and they're racing past 20,000. So everybody's like, okay, well, what's next? Because, again, they did not say how many stretch goals they were going to have. Then you find out that you're going to get the Doctor Doom switch out head, the alternate head that's going to go on top of the Galactus figure. And I mean, most people were underwhelmed by it. Not a lot of us saw that coming. We do know that is from a storyline, a more recent storyline in the Marvel Comics. And, you know, for me, for my money, I actually was happy we're getting Frankie Ray Nova and then Silver Surfer, because they have that love connection in the comic book and their comic book history. And then also it's 2 extra figures to go with a beautiful 32-inch tall Galactus, which I already was just like, for the amount of money, I feel like it was a good buy. That's just personally me. Having some insight into how manufacturing goes, the cost of plastic, shipping, all those different factors. And I'll put a link down in the description below from a good buddy of mine, Shartimus Prime, who breaks all of that down too, because now he's getting into the toy biz himself with Street Humans. Congratulations on that, by the way, Shart. You guys check that out. They got an IG page for Street Humans too, so you want to check that out. But with some insight, knowing about the manufacturing process of putting out toys, designing them, everything that goes into it, the amount of money that the Galactus figure costs, I was cool with. There's people out there, and I explained this on a couple Unicron videos that I did back, not to justify it, but again, just explaining my opinion about it. But when you look at Sideshow statue, not even statues, let's not even go there. Let's talk about Hot Toys. I go to booths all the time at different events, Comic-Con, Frank and Sons, and the City of Industry out here, and there's literally like entire like stores that all they do is do like Hot Toys, and for one Hot Toys figure is like $400. It's $400 for a Hot Toys figure, and they're beautiful. Don't get me wrong. If you're in a Hot Toys market and you got that budget, more power to you. But if you are, then I don't know how you really, because people always go, well, the Haslab projects are toys. Okay, well, hot toy, literally toys is in the word hot toys. So I guess to each his own. It depends on where your budget is. I love hot toys. I'm not in that price range really for hot toys. I probably own one I think I own one. Yeah, I do. I own one. I own the Beat It Michael Jackson figure that they put out some years ago, maybe about 2011 or 12. So I own one Hot Toys figure. But when I see people like on the channel or on YouTube that have the entire collections of Hot Toys, I'm like, man, yo, I want to be you when I grow up. For me, collectibles, you guys have seen some videos. A long time ago, I did a video about the quarter scale NECA figures that I have. That's me. That's more in my budget range right there. That's my two-step right there. I stay with the quarter scale NECA figures, and I do my two-step. I don't get too crazy. I don't do Hot Toys. I don't weave in and out. I just two-step. That's it right there. So I understand when people are looking at Haslab projects and going, well, they're way too expensive. But again, if you look at the secondary market, because it's a limited time period for the campaign, and then it's a limited amount, well, not a limited amount, it could be unlimited, but there's only so many people that jump on board to do it. And then afterwards, it's cut off. You don't have access to it anymore. And then once it hits the secondary market, then you have a bunch of people that still want to get their hands on it. So anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. I also wanted to point out a few things about the Galactus that I'm excited about. Number one, besides the fact that we're getting, I have this guy in there too, the Silver Surfer, Marvel Universe Silver Surfer. Goes great with it. But I love this one, which I don't plan on opening it, even though Galactus will be coming here next year, next fall. But I love the fact that they did this on this type of card, which is basically how they did the whole line. So I won't be getting rid of this Galactus and making room for the new one. This is kind of, and again, it's an SDCC exclusive, so I'll be holding on to this one. I did want to touch on okay, so we're getting the Herald. We're getting a few Heralds. We're getting 3 Heralds that are coming with this Galactus. Again, I'm impressed. Again, it's a beautiful figure. Definitely worth $400 on its own, but we get the face plates, we get the Heralds to come in with it, we get the extra head, the Dr. Doom head. But I also wanted to let you know what I was excited about that's already in my collection that I'm actually looking forward to when Galactus gets here and joining up with certain figures like, okay, so we're already getting a Silver Surfer, which means I don't have to open my Walgreens one. But I do like this Silver Surfer because it's a little bit more chromy. So when I do get my Galactus, I have this Silver Surfer here. Who knows? That's the other good thing about getting these stretch goals to go with it, whether you're talking about the Razor Crest, whether you're talking about the Sail Barge. There's always little extras that you could decide, well, do I want to supplement the cost of backing it by maybe selling the figure that comes with it? So with the Silver Surfer, I got a whole year to really think that over and say, hey, do I want to have this be with the Galactus, or do I want to actually keep the Silver Surfer that's coming with it? Either way, I got choices, and both of them are probably going to go for a pretty penny on the secondary market. I know this Walgreens exclusive one is already going for a pretty penny on the secondary market, so we'll see. Got a year to think about it. Silver Surfer. I'm definitely looking forward to pairing up the Fantastic Four Walgreens ones that I have with, this is the Human Torch right here. Okay, then you have Invisible Woman right here. So I will be looking forward to adding Reed Richards to hanging out with Galactus too when he gets here. So these are the Walgreens exclusive ones. The only Walgreens exclusive Fantastic Four figure that I wasn't able to get my hands on was Thing. But fortunately, the Thing that came with the more modern Fantastic Four in the Fantastic Four line that included She-Hulk and all those other figures last year sometime. This Thing was actually, I couldn't pass up getting my hands on it. being that I didn't get the previous thing from Walgreens, because that one was impossible to find. I could not find that one anywhere, so I was happy to actually get my hand. And this thing is heavy. This thing is actually pretty heavy. So looking forward to having him do battle with Galactus. Then there's Doctor Doom. Not only are we getting the bonus Doctor Doom head that comes with that Galactus, but I also have this Doctor Doom that came from that same wave that the thing came from. And this Doctor Doom, a lot of people were saying it was on their figure of the year for last year, for the previous year, for 2020. And Doctor Doom figure of the year during 2020. That makes a lot of sense. It's a very doomed year. But yeah, so this Doctor Doom, can't wait to actually, when I do display Galactus, actually have the previous Fantastic Four ones I just showed you displayed with him, and also Doctor Doom. So that one. And then also Galactus. I mean, sorry, not Galactus. Thanos. Thanos to go along with Galactus. And the reason I'm excited about this is the Walmart exclusive release that they did, was because this one has more of a modern take on it. It's also based on the Build-A-Figure that they had around that time, just previously before that. I think I gave that one away. So this one may actually get displayed with that Thanos, or the newer deluxe Infinity Gauntlet Thanos. I also have that one too, but I have that displayed on my wall right now. I don't feel like taking it down. But I feel like because we are racing off into the cosmos now with Marvel Legends and in the MCU. So any cosmos, if you have the Ghost Rider one, then that'd be a great addition too. I'm kind of kicking myself because I did pass up on that. It's probably not too late for me to grab one. I got a year to really mull it over, but I do plan on actually getting that Ghost Rider at some point before Galactus gets here. And again, it won't be for another year. Before I get out of here, though, those are my thoughts again on Galactus. If you agree, disagree, leave the comments down below. I know I'm just one of the happy over 32,000 people that backed it, and was really happy to do so. Again, my fourth Haslab. Thus far, again, if I have to base my experience with Unicron on whether or not I will back any more Haslabs, yes, indeed, absolutely, because it is they say, well, a billion-dollar corporation shouldn't have to crowdfund. Totally understand. I get that, but at the same time, when you look at the toy buying market and how retail is working nowadays, I've said it in previous videos. It's not like when we were kids and we were growing up and you get these giant bases like Snake Mountain or Castle Grayskull or the USS Flag. Toy manufacturers are not manufacturing big toys like that because a lot of retailers are not willing to sell a toy at that price point and take up that much shelf space when they can have multiple other items on that same shelf and actually make more money. It's more of a gamble for retailers, and then what happens a lot of times with those big ticket items and those large boxes is they end up going on sale. So they're not making as much money as they would have gambled on initially. Whereas which started with Matty Collector, doing the kind of direct to consumer kind of, hey, do you like this? You want this? Okay, well, if you get behind it, we'll go ahead and manufacture it. We just need this many people to do it. It's a newer business model. There is nothing the same. There's nothing familiar about the time period of collecting that we're in right now. It's all new, and it's definitely all new to big kids like us that grew up in the 80s and 90s. We're used to going to retail and finding what we want and what we desire, and that is not the case anymore. Nowadays, manufacturers and a lot of the designers are big kids and big fans of those franchises themselves, and they come up with a new way of actually kind of taking a back door to actually get the product to us, and we're speaking with our wallets. We're voting with our wallets. That's basically what it comes down to. So I mean, it's a free country. We live in a society where there's free speech, so you could always have your opinion, and I welcome every different opinion. If you want to share that down below, please do. But as far as my opinion is concerned, I'm pretty happy with the way they're doing it. The next 2 Haslab projects, I've already kind of told myself, you're good. You can sit this one out. It's like this is the 4th quarter, and I've already run up the score so much that I could sit the 4th quarter out. That's what I'm going to do on the next 2, the Victory Saber and that Return of the Jedi figure. I know what it is. I'm getting old. I'm 45 years old. So anyway, but I know that those 2 I probably won't be backing. Victory Saber only because I didn't really grow up on the Japanese Transformers as much, so I'm not really familiar with it. I've watched a few episodes before, but it doesn't tug at the nostalgic heartstrings for me. And then Star Wars, dude, there's so much Star Wars stuff. So I don't need any more. I backed the Razor Crest. Again, I'm taking the time out, taking a break. I don't need to jump behind the next 2 projects. Unicron, it's going to be tough for Transformers brand to top Unicron for me personally. And they put out Studio Series 86 and a lot of the Kingdom figures are crossing over basically from the 86 movies. So I'm getting my fix right there. If they put out another Haslab project in the future, man, they would have to dig really deep. I didn't even jump behind the Robosen Optimus Prime because it's just like it doesn't fit anywhere in my toy line. But it is impressive. A little pricey, but again, to each his own. But it is impressive though.
Yes, I'm trying to find the Trouble doll.
Me too, me too.
Do you have any more in the back? What? Let's see that.
These guys are looking for a Turbo Man?
A gentleman doll, yes.
Real quick before I leave you guys, I want to give a big shout out to my homeboy that gave this to me. What's up, Brandon? Actually he was able to get his hands on a couple of these. It's the Turbo Man. Get my hands on the job. I have a really bad Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation, but I love that movie. I actually watched that movie throughout the year, and was able to get and we got the holiday season coming up too, so it's perfect. Walmart exclusive. Funko is re-releasing. This is the same sculpt. I will be doing an inbox review on this coming up. I do not plan on opening it, so. I'm a little bit of a brat like Jamie right now from that movie, and I'm going to hold on to my Turbo Man. Anyway, so I want to thank you guys for joining me, hanging out with me. I know, again, it's been a minute and you guys have been patient, so thank you so much for hanging out on another episode of Toys, Noise, and Action Figures. As always, be good to yourself, be good to others, show empathy, open your toys, play with them. You deserve it. Peace.